Hello everyone, my name is Ludo, and this is going to be a different type of video, and I sure hope you like it. Today I want to talk about the Owl House Season 2 and how it's doing wonders for our Alphabet Mafia, which I'm a part of, and also a theory that I've had sloshing around in my brain for a while. To get started off, I want to go over the last two episodes, Knock Knock Knocking on Hootie's Door and Eclipse Lake. I might go into some spoiler territory, so this is your chance to go get dinosaur nuggets and come back later. To quickly sum up episode 8, Hootie tries to help everyone with their problems. And in a way, he did it, but there was literally no outcome that would have had this end in a less chaotic way. But the important thing is, King now knows a little bit more about who he is, and he's not left completely in the dark. Ida has made peace with her owl beast, thus giving her this new form, and Luce and Amity have finally become an official item, which, yay! Now with this new ability, new form, and new relationship status, this ramps the story up into the next episode, Eclipse Lake. And in this episode, it shows Luce being sick with the common mold, which is clearly a play on the common cold. But being a human, her girlfriend doesn't know how it's going to affect her body. But it seemed to be okay at the end of the episode. But what really gets the episode started is Luce trying to figure out more about the key and how to get back home. And this leads Amity, Ida, and King to go to Eclipse Lake to find Titan's blood. And while they are there, they run into Hunter, who is by far one of my favorite characters. I'm just being honest. But anyway, Hunter is there because he is trying to prove himself to the Emperor, because he is sadly led to believe that love is conditional, and to keep his spot, he needs to fight for it. Which hits a little too close to home, if I'm being honest. His palisman ends up coming without him knowing and gets him caught by the Owl family, which is what I'm going to start calling them because it's cute and easy. So Amity takes him captive for the rest of their journey, while Hunter tiredly gives in and promises not to resist, but Amity is having none of that. They run into a little trouble when they see the Emperor's Coven also digging for Titan's blood, while Kikimora is literally having a whole psychotic episode over the last interaction she had with Hunter. So the Owl family plans a distraction, but Hunter ends up feeding Amity the same toxic meal he's been eating at the Emperor's table. And for those who don't get metaphors, he basically told Amity that if she didn't come back with results, then Luce was probably going to dump her based off the message that she received on their little Tamagotchi looking things. I'm not sure what that device was. But that's like ill, right? Someone get this boy a therapist. Amity has her doubts, but is ultimately consumed by the fear of being left behind, seeing as she grew up in a similar household as Hunter. And she ends up blowing the distraction, creating one of her own, and leaving without Ida and King. But they quickly catch up. The Owl family and Hunter end up making their way past the guards, but not without being noticed. This leads them into another part of the cave where Ida mistakes fool's blood for the actual thing, creating a hole in the ground and sending both Ida and King down it. Now, Amity prepares to go after them, but the guards are close behind and Hunter gets a little antsy. He begins to beg Amity to either let him go or take him with her. And she ultimately lets him go, seeing as she sympathizes with his need to bring back results. But this ultimately gets her caught and also thrown down the hole with Ida and King. They cannot fly out because Albert is kind of stuck and he's about to break, seeing as he's holding up the weight of 3 people. And so Ida has to make a deal with her owl beast to save all of them. Ida and King ends up staying behind to take care of the guards while Amity goes to see the lake. She sees that the lake is dried up and notices Hunter is still digging. She asks what he's doing, and he basically tells her that he's digging a grave, seeing as he cannot return home empty-handed. Amity tries to reassure him and goes to help him up when he notices the key hanging out of her jacket, which sparks an amazing fight scene where we actually get to see Hunter use magic due to his talisman rather than the artificial magic given to him by Emperor Belos. They find themselves at a standstill where Hunter remarks the strength of Amity and how tired he is and that he really needs that key. Amity squeezes tightly to the key and we hear a break, and she ends up giving the key to Hunter and he leaves. At the end of the episode, we find out that Luz was actually sending really encouraging texts to Amity and that they didn't really need the Titan's blood. And also, Hunter finally bonds with his talisman and can understand what he's saying, much like Ida and Albert. Back home, Ida exclaims that the journey might have been a waste of time, but Amity says otherwise, while she looks at her hand with Titan's blood smeared all over it from the dripping key. And that's when we end the episode. So now we've gotten the review out of the way, I wanted to discuss a theory that might not make any sense, but I got so excited I just had to tell someone. So let's get into it. I'm thinking that Belos is not Philip. I don't know why, but everyone seems to think that Belos is Philip, but I think that is his father or grandfather. In the second episode that Hunter appears, he talks to Luz about how he was born without magic and that he's come from a long line of family who also did not have magic, and he claimed that his uncle found him. And I'm thinking that maybe he was orphaned, but not in the way of adoption. It's more like Levi in Attack on Titan, where his mother was no longer around and he had no immediate family, and so he had to go to an aunt or uncle, the uncle being Belos. Which leads me to Belos and how he is actually connected with the Titan, as we've seen before in season 1. I think that he was also born without magic, but being so desperate to have magic, he ends up doing something that binds him with the Titan, but seeing as the Titan is decaying because it's a dying thing, it is also killing him. I'm pretty sure he thought that it would just give him magic and he would suck the life out of it until there was nothing left. But seeing as the heart was beating when he got upset, he is dying with this Titan slowly. So that's my theory. It's not long, but honestly, I don't know. What do you guys think? Well, hopefully everybody liked the video, and if you want to stick around for more, maybe I'll do more of these, feel free to subscribe. But also, I wanted to let you guys know that I'm in pre-production for an animated show called Adding Color. And if you are interested in joining this project, whether it is voice acting, being an artist, animating, etc., you can find links in the description to 2 or more sites, and please go audition. I honestly am looking for amateurs and novice. This isn't going to be a whole production, but hopefully it'll be great. So please join. I can't wait to hear you guys and to see all the things that you can do. Thank you. And have a great day. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Bye.